Picture this with me. A 72-year-old man with a trembling voice once told me in my office, "Doctor, I've been doing it the same way for over 50 years, but lately something feels wrong." He wasn't sick. He hadn't started any new treatments or medications. Nothing that could explain it. What was silently draining his vitality wasn't masturbation itself, but the way he was doing it. And he had no idea it was straining his heart, putting pressure on his prostate, and even robbing him of his ability to truly feel. I'm a medical doctor, a urologist, with more than 20 years of experience helping men over 60 maintain strength, circulation, and confidence. Without shame, without pills, and without the endless trial and error. Maybe you've always heard that masturbation is healthy. And yes, it can be. But after 60, the body changes. Circulation slows, nerves are more fragile, the prostate is more sensitive. What once was harmless can turn into something silently harmful. And the most worrying part is that it often gives no warning signs until the problem is already advanced. That's why today I want to reveal the 7 most common mistakes older men make when masturbating, and how to fix them before they steal away your energy, your performance, or your long-term health. And I want you to pay very close attention, because mistake number 6 is the one almost every man falls into, and it causes more damage than you can imagine. But before we dive in, let me ask you this. If this channel, Wise Sexuality, has ever brought you value, information you never heard anywhere else, subscribe right now and turn on the bell icon. Here I share medical, practical advice made for men like you, who want to keep confidence, pleasure, and vitality at any age. And leave me a quick comment. Type 1 if you've ever felt your sensitivity dropping, or 0 if you haven't. Your response helps me create better content for you and other men who need it. Now, let's begin with the first mistake. Using pornography as your main stimulus. Every week I hear the same complaint. "Doctor, I don't feel much anymore. It's like my body has gone numb." And when I ask if they depend on porn, most men lower their eyes. Not out of shame, but because they never imagined it could be sabotaging their brain. After 60, the dopamine system, the one responsible for pleasure and motivation, is no longer as flexible. Flooding it day after day with fast, intense porn clips is like overloading a delicate electrical circuit. The brain protects itself by numbing sensitivity. The natural spark of touch, of intimacy, begins to fade. Erections are slower, arousal is weaker, desire vanishes. Men often think it's just aging, but it's not. It's overstimulation. And if you thought that was shocking, wait for the second mistake, because it has nothing to do with what you watch, but with where you do it. Many older men fall into this trap without realizing it. Masturbating while sitting on the toilet. It feels private, safe, convenient. But that position compresses the prostate, reduces pelvic blood flow, and strains the pelvic floor muscles, which are already more vulnerable with age. Over the years, I've seen men develop post-urination dribbling, difficulty fully emptying the bladder, or groin discomfort, never realizing the hidden culprit was this habit. Changing this detail makes a difference. Stand up, recline, or simply give your pelvic area room to breathe. Believe me, your prostate is silently begging you for it. Which brings us to the third mistake, rushing the experience. Many men who lived a lifetime of stress, fast routines, or secrecy treat masturbation as a quick task to get over with. But after 60, the body does not respond well to urgency. Rushing raises heart rate too fast, contracts the blood vessels, and blocks the release of the restorative hormones of orgasm, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. You reach climax, yes, but instead of feeling relaxed and energized, you're left drained and empty. Over time, this hurry habit trains your body for shallow, disconnected pleasure. Sensitivity drops, maintaining arousal becomes harder, and interest with a partner fades. The solution? Slow down. Presence is the key. The body is still capable of deep sensation if you give it the space. And here's something even more hidden. The fourth mistake, ignoring the pelvic floor. This invisible muscle group controls everything from erection strength to bladder control. Yet most men have never even heard of it. Even those who eat well and exercise often neglect it. And what happens? Erections weaken, orgasms dull, leaks appear. The good news? You can retrain it. Just gently contracting the same muscles you would use to stop your urine flow during arousal reawakens the pelvic floor and restores strength to your intimate system. And that takes us to the fifth mistake, the wrong frequency. Too much or too little can disrupt everything. This point is so crucial that I need to dive deeper into it in the next part, because many older men get it exactly wrong without realizing it. Let's pick up where we left off, frequency. This is the fifth mistake, and it's one of the most misunderstood. Many men think that the more often they do it, the better for their health. Others believe that stopping completely is the safest path. The truth is that both extremes silently damage the body. When a man masturbates too often, out of habit, boredom, or unresolved stress, the nervous system dulls, the prostate becomes irritated, and recovery takes longer. Over time, what was once pleasure becomes routine, mechanical, even draining. But on the opposite side, men who stop completely, whether because of medication, religious guilt, or the idea that they're too old for that, create a different problem. The body still needs circulation. Sexual arousal, even without orgasm, brings blood flow to the genitals, nourishes nerves, and preserves erectile strength. Without that, atrophy sets in. Desire fades. The door to intimacy begins to close quietly. So what's the solution? Balance. For most men over 60, 1 or 2 times a week, done with calmness and presence, is a healthy rhythm. It keeps circulation alive, preserves vitality, and prevents exhaustion. It's not about chasing numbers, it's about listening. And here's the truth. At this stage of life, your body still speaks, but in a softer voice. You have to learn to hear it. Even when frequency is right, there's a mistake that destroys sensitivity more brutally than any other. The sixth mistake, using too much force or pressure. I can't count the number of men who have told me, "Doctor, I have to squeeze harder just to feel something." What they don't realize is that this habit doesn't bring sensation back. It takes it away. The nerves of the penis are delicate, especially after 60 or 70. Years of aggressive friction, tight grips, or pressing against hard surfaces can cause micro tears, scar tissue, even curvature. Circulation suffers, elasticity weakens, and pain may appear. But there's more. When pleasure becomes a battle of force, the mind detaches. Intimacy turns into effort, not joy. And that mental pattern alone is enough to rewire the body against deep relaxation. The key is gentleness. Sensitivity is rebuilt with patience, not with pressure. Your future self will thank you for being kinder today. And then comes the seventh and final mistake, perhaps the most invisible, yet the most damaging: masturbating without emotion, connection, or intention. Many older men reduce self-pleasure to a hollow routine. Not desire, not passion, but a mechanical act done out of habit, loneliness, or silence. And here's what happens. The brain notices. Without emotional presence, the nervous system stops releasing oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin in their natural balance. Yes, orgasm still happens, but it feels empty, flat. Instead of elevation, there's apathy. Instead of vitality, there's fatigue. I've heard so many older men say, "It's not like before. I don't even know why I bother." But here's the truth. Your body is still capable of deep sensation if you bring intention back. Even self-touch can be sacred if done with awareness. Not shame, but gratitude. Not emptiness, but reconnection with a body that still breathes, still matters, still deserves care. And this is the bigger picture. All 7 mistakes share the same root: disconnection. Disconnection from the body, from feeling, from real pleasure. But when you rebuild connection, slowly, gently, consistently, extraordinary things happen. Circulation improves. Sensitivity returns. Erections strengthen. Mood and energy rise. Your body isn't broken. It just needs a different kind of care. Like a classic car, age doesn't make it worthless. If anything, it makes it more valuable, more sacred, when treated properly. So here's my message to you. Aging does not kill desire. Habits do, and habits can be changed. Be gentler. Be more present. Stop chasing performance and start honoring sensation. Your body is still alive, still speaking to you, even if softly. Listen. If you do, you can rediscover intimacy that feels deeper, more powerful, and more human than ever before. Before we close, let me invite you. If this message opened your eyes, subscribe now to Wise Sexuality and hit the bell. Here, you'll discover medical strategies and secrets most doctors never share, designed for men who want to keep their vitality alive. And leave me a comment. Which of these 7 mistakes do you recognize in your own routine? Your story could be exactly what another man needs to hear. Because in the end, mature sexuality isn't about losing fire. It's about igniting a new flame. One that burns slower, steadier, but far brighter than you think.